Hey guys, it's Dan, and as the title of this video says, I quit my long-haul trucking job. I've tried to make this video a few times, but I end up over-explaining things. I don't need to. I'll just get to the point. This will be my last video on this channel because I'm not doing long-haul trucking anymore, and there's no point in having a trucking vlog if I'm not trucking. That being said, there's a lot of things I can do with my trucker's license. I just don't want to do long-haul anymore. I got some pretty good reasons for it too. Pretty much everybody that I've talked to says, yeah, I can't believe you even agreed to do it knowing those things. But you never know if you're going to like things until you do it, or you never know if the things you know that are stupid are going to bother you in the end. So it was a very good experience, and before I tell you why I quit, I just want to thank you guys for joining me on this experience. I hope to have more experiences with you guys at some point. Maybe I'll make a different vlog. I actually like vlogging. That's one thing that I did get out of this. I liked vlogging. It was cool to interact with fans from my Crazy Bag Cuber page that weren't interacting with Crazy Bag Cuber. They weren't asking me the questions like, what cube should I get? How do I get faster? You know, questions I've heard 1,000 times I just don't answer anymore because I've learned there's no way to answer them. But it was cool that there's fans out there that want to connect with me and not the character of Crazy Bag Cuber. It was quite refreshing. I liked interacting with you guys. Now I am sharing this on my Crazy Bag Cuber page as well, just to let everybody know why I quit my job. But for those people who aren't subscribed to my vlogging channel, I do appreciate you too. I don't mean it to sound like I don't. It was just kind of refreshing to have something new. That's all I'm saying. And also, I guess an update for the Crazy Bag Cuber people as well. I haven't been making videos lately because I was just so drained from this trucking job, and that's one of the reasons that I quit. I'll get into that, but I just kind of need a break. I got videos coming up though, don't worry. Anyways, so I do appreciate that, and maybe because I like doing vlogs as well, I will make another vlog channel soon, Crazy Bad Cuber vlogs, where it's like cubing and stuff and home related, not work related. It's more just me and opening, receiving packages, my guitar setup, who knows, just things, not like work crap. That being said, I did like making these videos though, especially when I got the dash cam. Anyways, let's go on to why I quit. I worked for a company called Bison Transport, and I was keeping that secret because there had been some people who were doing trucker vlogs where some people had called in and made fake complaints. Now, you can't get a trucker in trouble for that because you would have to say where you were, what the trucker did, and what his truck number is, because there's probably 4 or 5 trucks in every location at all times. You can't just say, oh, this trucker did this to me. They would say, okay, we have like 8 trucks there. It doesn't tell us much. Oh, his name's Dan Fast. Okay, but in the scenario why would he tell you his name? Like, what's his truck number? What's his license plate number? That's how they would track me. But it's the whole hassle of people doing that would probably result in a trucker's termination. It's, you put yourself on the internet, you did it to yourself, now we're annoyed by people calling. So it was just not a smart move. But now I don't work there, so I don't care. But yeah, so it was Bison Transport, and I didn't quit. Well, that's not so much true, but I quit because of the industry. I started to get used to the industry, and I started to hate little things about it. And I guess in a sense, the company kind of a little bit as well. When I quit, it wasn't about the company. Now looking back, yeah, there's things about the company I didn't like. But I'm sure if I went to any company, there would be things I didn't like. Every company's got its ups and downs. Now, when it comes to the industry, the things I don't like about the industry is the amount of free work that we do. As a trucker, we only get paid by the mile, at least with the company I worked for. Don't get me wrong, there's hundreds of them out there, and I only worked for one. But as far as I can tell, and from what I've read, long-haul truckers get paid by the mile, and they also get paid for live unloads and loads, and they also get paid to cross the border. And you can also get paid by the hour in certain circumstances as well. I never got that circumstance, but anyways, you do a lot of free work. because you only get paid by the mile and for live unloads and loads, all the work that you do that's on duty, not driving, is free. You don't get paid for that. So every morning when I have to spend 20 minutes checking my vehicle to make sure it's safe for the road, and then so that's 20 minutes, and then I do some paperwork, I do some satellite messaging, that's another 10 minutes. Then I got to drive around the yard trying to find my trailer, that's another 5-10 minutes, and then I have to pre-trip the trailer, that's another 10 minutes if you're really fast and doing a really good job. And that's just in the morning. That's before you even start getting paid. So you've already worked an hour, half an hour. It depends on where you are, actually. But it can be a process, and you don't get paid for all of this work. And I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. My guess would be because if they paid people per hour, like a certain dollar amount per hour for every hour they work on duty not driving, people would just sit in their trucks on duty and do nothing and just wait and wait, because they can sit there and eat breakfast getting paid for it. Like, I understand, like that's why I think so. But it's so, like, I understand if that's the reason, okay? Don't get me wrong. I just don't like that, that's all. I just don't agree with it. If people out there want to work for free, that's their choice. Nobody's forcing. I've seen in the Truck Stop Canada forum people complaining about things and about their job, and like, satellites do everything for you now. You don't have to think to be a truck driver anymore, which is totally untrue. I just can't help but to think, why don't you leave? Like, if you don't like things, go do something else. Why are you complaining? If you have a circumstance in your life, like, especially when it comes to like work, and you hate it, go somewhere else and do something else. Trust me, you'll be a lot happier. Unless you're stuck in it because you're an old man stuck in your ways. I don't know. And there's quite a lot of those cranky bastards as truckers. Trust me. But anyways, yeah, so it's really the amount of free work. And also, Bison is definitely not the highest paying company around, and they will even admit that themselves. They did in my interview. Actually, they did after I signed the contract. I remember that, not before. But anyways, you get 32 cents a mile. So on a good day, you could get, 600 miles. I did 711 miles in one day once. And that was just like non-stop going, and that was like from Winnipeg almost to Calgary. It was like just straight roads, flat roads, just go 100 all the way, cruise control. You can actually get a decent sized paycheck. I've mentioned the hours of service before, but I never fully explained it, and I'm not going to fully explain it because it would take too long. But a trucker can work up to 70 hours a week. So I work 70 hours a week, and for a paycheck, I get $850 or so, $800 or so take home, which isn't bad if you put it over a month. 4 times that, that's a pretty good wage. It's $3,600, $3,700 a month take home. That's a pretty good wage, actually. But not for 70, 80 hours a week. And I say 80 because there's a lot of work truckers do off duty, and we go off duty to do this work so we can save our on duty time to actually make money. So we actually do a lot of work off duty as well. So the amount of free work you do is ridiculous that you don't get paid for. It's so ridiculous that I refuse to do it. In fact, when I go to a trucking yard to pick up a trailer from Bison, and there's Bison employees around and people are sitting there talking, and I go up and talk because, hey, I've been alone for so long, I kind of want a bit of human interaction. One of the first things that are always said about the company is, yeah, they don't pay much, but that's literally one of the first thing that comes out of people's mouths, is they don't pay much. It's so well known that's one of the first things they say. But they always have you driving. You know, other companies might pay more than Bison, but they'll give you a good load, you know, for 45, 47 cents a mile, you know, for 1,000 miles. So you actually get good, but then you sit there for a day waiting for another load, not making money. But Bison will always keep you going. And to me, that says, oh, okay, so, and I never said this to anybody, but I'm saying it now. That's just another way of saying, we're not going to pay you much, but we're going to make up for it by making you work more at that low wage. I had a job once where I was told I was going to get a raise after 3 months of working there. 3 months went by, no raise. 6 months went by, no raise. I asked them about it. They said, it's coming, don't worry. 9 months later, no raise. I asked them about it again. And they said, well, the company's not making a lot of money right now, but hey, we'll just, we'll make up for it with overtime. We'll give you more hours. Okay, so that's making up for it. You're going to make up for that by making me work harder for the same small wage. It just, how is that better? I would much rather work for the trucking company that pays me what I'm worth, and then make me sit for a day, because I'm going to get the same size paycheck anyways, and I'm only working 2/3 of, you know what I mean? It's going to work out to the same paycheck, and I don't have to work so much. It just, I don't know, I don't get it. And the fact that, there's one other piece of logic I just don't understand, is Bison wins all sorts of safety awards. And they're like, we don't even barely ever go through scales. I know a lot of you guys don't understand that, but they're just very trusted. You're always moving. I can say that with confidence. Every single time that I'm almost done a load or even starting a load, I've already got my next one in my satellite ready to go. I'm never without work, which was cool. But that also tells me that Bison is never without work, like some companies. So they're making a lot of money. Why don't you pay your employees better? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, the other company that makes you sit around for a day, they pay you better, but they don't have all the loads. But the company, which means that company also doesn't make as much, because they don't have the work and they're paying people properly. Bison gets all the work and then they pay people nothing. It just, why? I mean, Bison wins all the safety awards. Well, who gave you those? From your drivers that follow your policies. It just doesn't make sense to me. If anybody's watching from Bison, no wonder nobody wants to work for you. No wonder, you know what I mean? Like, it just, pay people properly. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, when I work for 70, 80 hours a week and I take home $8, that's minimum wage. Why would I want to be away from home working 14 hours a day for minimum wage, away from home, doing all this free work on top of that, not getting paid overtime, when I could just go and work at McDonald's for that much money? I mean, it just, come on. Like, it doesn't make sense. That being said, there's many companies out there that do that. I just only have Bison to talk about. And Bison's full of employees too. They're just, like any other company right now, is lacking employees because nobody wants to work. Why? Because of lack of pay. You know, that's my water thing. It's not me farting, if you heard that. So, anyways, I don't know. It's just not the industry for me. But there are some really good things I can say about Bison. Everybody's super friendly, except for one trainer I had named Ike. He's kind of a dick, and he shouldn't be training people, and he's a racist asshole. Sorry, Ike. You should be fired. Sorry. But anyways, everybody's super friendly there. their training process was great. They keep their trucks in good condition. Well, I guess, you know, the pre-tripping helps that we don't get paid for, but anyways, it was a very good experience. If somebody wanted to work for minimum wage for way more hours than they should a day, and a lot of other stupid little things that any trucking company will have that I didn't mention, yeah, pick Bison because they're really good. Just expect to work for minimum wage, if that. I feel like I shouldn't have said a lot of that, but not because I have any reason not to. I felt like I went on a rant that I didn't need to, but I kind of did. Anyways, guys, despite all that, I could say whatever I want about Bison, but this also applies to the industry and most of the trucking companies in the industry. There's very few trucking companies out there that pay you good. That pay you well. Most companies don't pay you very well at all. If you're thinking about getting into the long haul business, you know, you better like the lifestyle because you're sure not going to like the money, I can tell you that. And I was told that too. And I didn't care because I wanted the experience. I've had the experience and now I'm moving on. I don't regret any of it, I'll tell you that. It just became way too much crap. Way too much crap. It's just not what I thought it was, that's for sure. Well, it is what I thought it was. My reaction to it was not what I thought it would be. Anyways, guys, thanks again for, you know, following me on this journey or whatever. And so I'm going to try to pursue other things with my license and see where that goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will not be seeing you on my next video.